morning, welcome along. It's Saturday, May the 17th, 2025, and today I'm going on a challenge. Something I've been looking forward to doing for the last 12 years. 12 years in the making this has been. So what happened is that 2 weeks ago I became a pensioner and therefore I got a free bus pass. Oh yes, I know I don't look obvious. Okay, but yeah, so when I retired back in the day, I was thinking, would it be possible to get from where I live to London for free on a bus in one day? So London is my favourite place, so I love getting there. And usually I go on the train, it's a lot faster. We're looking at 9, possibly 10 buses, depending on what happens with the way things go, with the connections. One or two are a bit tight, but I'll have allowed for that in case we are late getting to a particular changeover point. So we're starting here in Bulkington, okay, and we're going to go all the way to London. It's the Bulkington in Warwickshire to London. By road it's probably about 92, 93 miles. By bus, a little bit more. But we'll let you know how we get on. Well, you'll see how we get on as we go along on the day, and give you some filming and some snippets of information as we go along. So, see you in a bit. Bye-bye. But before I embark on my epic journey, here's a reminder of the start, finish and intermediate points where I will be changing buses. I start at Bulkington on Arriva service 74A at 7:40. Then I change at University Hospital Coventry, where I have a 30-minute wait. The journey from there to Rugby is by National Express Coventry service 85 and takes 45 minutes. After a short break, I then travel on Stagecoach's service 96 all the way to Northampton, where I will have enough time for a coffee. It should take less than 45 minutes to then get to Milton Keynes, as Stagecoach's X6 is a limited stop service. At Milton Keynes, things can go two ways. If I'm really lucky, I can make a tight connection. Otherwise, it's an hour's wait. Either way, it's Stagecoach's MK1 service for an express run to Luton. The same applies at Luton, either a tight connection for a fast run to Bricket Wood near St Albans using Green Line service 757, then on to Arriva's 321 service, or it's a slower 321 all the way from Luton to Watford. From Watford, service frequencies are much better, so I can relax more as I take Metroline service 142 to Edgware. Now I am within London, and with another frequent route, the 113, I won't have to wait long for the penultimate leg as far as Baker Street, where I have a connection for the short 1.3 miles final leg to Euston. However, this challenge will end quite differently to how it was planned, so keep watching to find out what happens.
At Maglethorpe, the passes start at 7 o'clock. Yeah, because you don't use it there.
Well, here we are, we've made it on the first bus so far, just a half an hour's journey here to University Hospital in Coventry, where we make our first change from the 74A Arriva to the 85 National Express Coventry, which is due in about half an hour. We're on time, which is so far, which is good news. So, University Hospital has two claims to fame. Number one is that in December 2020, the very first public vaccination of the COVID jab was given to Margaret Keenan. It gave us all hope that we were eventually going to come out of this horrible nightmare. The second claim to fame is that this is the home of Coventry Hospital Radio, which of course myself and my wife volunteer for and broadcast our own show. So here we go, this is bus number 2 just pulled in, which will be the National Express Coventry service to Rugby. Take us in about 45 minutes' time. That's it. It's lovely, thank you. Welcome to the delightful village of Monks Kirby, with its large church of St Edith's. Monks Kirby is served by up to 27 buses daily, 6 days a week, despite its very rural nature. In fact, the roads to the north of the village are so rural and narrow that every single one of those 27 buses has to reverse turn near the centre of the village. Well, here we are in Rugby, in Clifton Road to be exact. It's 9:30. We've been going for almost 2 hours so far, and we've still got about another 10 hours to go, I think, 9.5 hours or thereabouts. So this is Rugby, the home of the beautiful game, where in 1823, allegedly, William Webb Ellis picked up a ball and ran with it during a football game. And of course, they say the rest is history. We are here for about 20 minutes. We are on time at the moment. We got here on time, so I assume we'll leave on time. And we'll be on the 96 stagecoach service, our first stagecoach bus of the day. So as we leave the town, we also leave the county of Warwickshire, and we will be then in Northamptonshire. All right, speak to you soon. However, whilst waiting for the 96 bus, a little shop caught my eye. Time to purchase some supplies for later. But what? we are at Northampton now. So we got here just about a minute or two late. So 3 buses down, about 6 or 7 to go still. But every bus so far has been on time. We've had 3 buses and all single deckers. But hopefully we're going to maybe have a double decker for a change, so we can sit upstairs and get a better view. But it's been great so far, and we look forward to getting on the next bus in about 40 minutes time. Meanwhile, I think we might be going to have a posh restaurant meal at somewhere not far away. Alright, see you soon. Well, here we are, suitably refreshed and being accompanied by, and entertained by some local music you can hear in the background. We now go on to leg number 4, and you know what? The great news is we have a double decker. So let me explain the rules about connections, because you can't always expect a bus to be stuck on time, roadworks, traffic delays, etc. So the rule for connections on this particular challenge is that should allow a 10-minute buffer between getting off one bus and getting on the other, to allow for small delays. You have to obviously have a limit. At a push I'll do 8 minutes, but anything less than that, not if you're really sort of pushing along. So, on this particular journey, when we get to Milton Keynes railway station, we swap again to another bus, then we have a 6-minute gap between getting off this bus if it's on time and getting on the next one if that's on time, so 12:44 to 12:50. Now I have allowed for that for the fact that as it was only a 6-minute gap, that we're actually going to miss that bus and get the following one an hour later. But we'll see how we do. So stay with us, and we might be filming us rushing across the bus station at Milton Keynes railway station. So see how we go. That was a bit of a rush, but we made it. This is the bus that will take us from Milton Keynes to Luton. It's the MK1. It's a sort of an express service as well, so it'll save us a lot of time. So we will now be an hour in front, and we get to hopefully London an hour earlier. See you in a bit. modern double-deckers is that not only do you get a better view from upstairs for no extra cost, but you also have some extra facilities like a little bit more air conditioning for a start off when it works, and also a lot of them have these modern USB sockets, so you can charge your devices for free as you go along. As we arrived at Luton Rail Station Interchange, it was great to see our second tight connection just starting to load up. Would we be quick enough to catch it and save even more time on our challenge? So another dash at Luton Railway Station Interchange, and we've done it, just. Well, not only did we make the dash at Luton onto the 757 Green Line, we have some even better news. The driver has informed us that as a temporary measure, you can use your OAP bus pass all the way to London for free. So the plan was we were going to change at Bricketwood onto the 321 to Watford, and then we have change again to Edgware, then change again to Baker Street. None of that, no more. Stay on this coach now, all the way to Baker Street, and then we have one change to Euston. Not only that, but one more bonus. This is a coach. So rather than having the rickety old double-deckers and single-deckers that we've had today so far, we are treated to a luxury coach. Can't be better, can it? And the only thing left for me to work out was how I was going to spend all the extra time in London before heading home on my pre-booked train. Well, here we are at the end of an incredible journey. It started at 7:40 in Bulkington. It's now 3:40 in the afternoon at Euston Station. This is the bus station just outside the station. And I can't believe it, beyond the wildest dreams, how quick I managed to actually get down there. Over 3.5 hours earlier than scheduled, because we had a tight connection at Milton Keynes, which we were able to get, and I hadn't allowed for that. A tight connection at Luton rail station. Again, I budgeted for the fact that I might actually miss that and have to get something a bit later. And then the driver of the coach, the Green Line coach, should have got off at Bricket Wood on the outskirts of London under the old rules, but the latest rules say that you can now use your RAP bus pass all the way to London for free. So I've just done an 8-hour incredible journey all the way to London, and it's cost us zilch. Nil, zero, nothing. So we're going to have a great time. So this has been a great adventure. So much so that I'm looking forward to doing an alternative route. Come to London again on a more difficult challenge, because there won't be the express buses that we've been able to get today to be able to jump ahead of time. They will be just the normal service buses. So it'll be interesting to see how I get on with that one compared to how I got on with this one today. So thanks so very much for following me down to London. I hope you've enjoyed the journey. It's been a bit quicker for you than it was for me, but 8 hours really well spent. Really fantastically enjoyed that. So till next time, please like and subscribe, and we'll have some more videos probably on the similar subject very soon. Take care for now. Bye bye.